Puts up a tough shot. Bounces around. Goes in at the buzzer. Working it down to 2-1. A deep three. Oh!
It's population.
That's how you win a game.
It's population. We hustle every day to find picks. You can tell us if you want to get rich. It's population. We robbing Underdog and PrizePicks. We the best in this biz. You ain't telling us shit. It's population. We love making money quick, fast. Cooking up a team card. The whole crew about to smash. It's population. We do it for the fam, so everybody let's cash. The dopest team you ever seen. Winning money, stacking G's. Boogie setting traps, but they'll never catch me. Some people get addicted like rats to the cheese, but I got one obligation to bring Johnny to his knees. Holding back the props till the morning he knows. They'll be fishing in the shack, plotting nukes with the bros. Only with Craw, never reload. Underrated to my amigos. We go with honest, we seeking the bloods. We know when a fucking cheat code. Party that I'm sweating, it can't be good for my health. Some may call it making bets, I call it investing in myself. I'm picking props like stocks, population for the win. Got my sips in by the buzzer now, let the games begin.
Unbelievable. Just perfect. He did it.
It's population. It's population. It's population. We do it for the fam, so everybody let's cash.
Yo, yo, yo.
What is up? We're back. NBA season. You ready?
Are you ready?
Oh yeah. For those that catching us the first time, like NBA is our jam. We love it. Focus on it the most every year, and yeah, just basketball in general. I mean, without NBA, we've been grinding EuroLeague, which is something we really like as well, and Australian NBL too. So we've been staying on top of basketball, ready for this season. But yeah, we got the opening night, the traditional reigning finals team playing, and that's gonna be the Celtics playing the good old Knicks. These two teams played each other opening game last year to start the season too. So and then we have the late night hammer, which is the T-Wolves at the Lakers. Yeah, I mean, traditionally opening night games are kind of different and weird. I don't know. They're not the best to bet on. I kind of treat them like playoff games or games that get a lot of attention and hype because the bookies are on it. It's concentrated betting. It's usually not the best for, parlaying and just trying to stack up a bunch of player props, in my opinion, because the lines come out so early and they just get so juiced and altered. So, but we'll talk about them. We'll talk about some regular season future bets too. Maybe some spread and money lines that we like early on. Yeah, just kind of forecast the season here since everything's fresh and hasn't started yet. Yeah, the Knicks Celtics game, man. I don't know. So last year it was 108 to 104. Celtics won. Porzingis played in that game. We don't have Porzingis tonight. So we should get Horford at the 5 here, and then the usual starting crew with Drew Holiday, Derek White, JB, and Tatum. I looked into some of the usage, on-off court data usage and fantasy points per minute for these guys. Tatum gets the biggest bump to no surprise, about 1.2 fantasy points per minute. So if you put him at like 38 minutes, which he played in an opening game last year, in a competitive game, put him at 38 minutes, you should get about 45 fantasy points. That's what lineups.com is projecting him around for as well. His line is 47. I will say he popped off in that first opening game, even with Porzingis playing. I think he had 35 points, 58 fantasy points. And then the year before that, I looked into it. His opening season game, he dropped 34 points against Toronto. So I don't know, maybe he's the kind of guy that, being fresh and motivated early in the season, not being in the dog days of the long NBA season, he likes to go harder and is more motivated. Because some of these guys, man, like you get in the middle of the season, February, March, towards the end, they just have nothing to play for or motivating, especially when the Celtics had such a large lead in the Eastern Conference and nothing to play for. So with that said, Celtics are one team I don't really touch unless multiple guys are out, man. I hate choosing between JB and Tatum. Both could get there today with Porzingis out, but against Knicks, who are not a pushover defense and is probably going to slow the pace down, I don't want to play the guessing game and flip a coin and choose between JB and Tatum. So I'm gonna stay away. How do you feel about that, Underrated?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I remember it's reminiscent of all last year. It's just difficult to play either one of those guys usually unless one of them's out. So I feel it. Just got to stay away and try to find a different spot.
Yeah. I mean, Tatum's fantasy line is so high at 47. Because normally it's around on a normal regular season day, it's like and it ranges anywhere from 42 to 44.5 or something like that. So we're getting the Porzingis being out juice and the opening day juice being like they're gonna have like ceremonial stuff for the finals and banner reveal and all that stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. I nothing really stood out to me for the Celtics. Like I said, I don't really like playing any of them. And also, the playmaking we know this team really well now. Like the playmaking gets distributed out amongst them all, and between White, Holiday, and Tatum, it can all all rotates constantly. We're gonna see obviously a lot of 3 balls going up from a lot of these guys. So if you play an assist prop, you're hoping those guys that are catching it are from your guy and that 3 balls going in. So, and Horford, man, I don't know. I'm surprised he didn't retire after getting his first ring. So I'm surprised he's even playing.
How low are his props? Can we go under him or they not even have his props? Oh, 8 points.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure they have him.
I see 8 points. So low, right?
Yeah, I'm not touching him, man. Yeah.
Too low.
Nothing stood out, man. I don't want to play, and I don't want to take any overs on old man Horford, Alejandro. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't. Knicks are interesting now, man. Like I think they're a new team, obviously here. I mean, this is an interesting team. I think as they gel and get better over working together over time, I think they're going to be a really solid unit. Defensively, I think they're going to be really good. Like their wing defenders and guarding the perimeter on the 3 balls should be solid. I mean, you got Mikal and OG who can cover ground really quick with their length and athleticism defensively. So I think they're going to be a really, really stout defense. They were last year without all these guys. So I think it's even better adding Mikal there. And they have Cat now instead of Julius. Kind of, completely different players here, right? Like Julius is like a really hardworking, grinded out kind of guy, plays physical, and then you got Cat, who's known to be soft and not as physical, gets in foul trouble a lot, and is now thinks he's a 3-point shooter and is just going to jack threes. Well, I mean, Julius did jack threes, but Julius was more of a mid-range guy. I think, it's gonna be interesting seeing this how Cat works here. He was doing a lot of pick and roll in the preseason with Jalen Brunson, but that's gonna take time. That kind of chemistry of the pick and roll and working together on offense is it's gonna take time. A lot of games under the belt to really form that chemistry. So for me, it's a wait and see. I want to see how they work together. So I think. I think Cat is going to look to score more in this offense, more so than he did on the T-Wolves. So for the T-Wolves, it was weird. Like I remember him and Ant-Man would just switch off. Like it was like they would just go like 4 or 5 possessions in a row, just watch each other, try to score. And then another one would just sit there and watch them do their thing. And then the other one would kind of take over. And they would just kind of switch off like that. There was no it wasn't just random or back and forth. It was just kind of, you do your thing for a few possessions and then I'll do my thing. Maybe it's going to be different here on the Knicks. And if he forms that chemistry with Brunson, maybe he's even more efficient scorer. So doesn't have to compete with Ant. But yeah, the front court's thin today. There's no Precious. Mitch Robb is out still with injury, so it's only going to be Jericho Sims and backing up Cat. And then they have a guy from over in Australia, NBL, Akapatori. He's like a traditional big who just rebounds, scores near the rim. Maybe he picks up a few minutes, but I assume it's going to be mainly Sims backing up Cat. So, being Tibbs and being the front court being thin, I mean, Cat should play all the minutes he can handle as long as he stays out of foul trouble. That's always been his thing. So I don't see, guys like Horford getting him in foul trouble unless he's picking up fouls on the perimeter. So I think he should be okay. He was leading the team in rebounds during preseason. He was getting so many rebounds, double-digit rebounds, like 12 to 14. So yeah, if you want to take a stab at his fantasy or PRA, I totally get it. They need him today. I know last year whenever Porzingis was out, we definitely attacked the Celtics inside the paint because the defense took a big step back whenever Porzingis was out. Athletic bigs definitely could score at ease against them. His PRA is at 35.5, and see his fantasy is 40. It's high, but yeah, I just worry. I mean, I'd like to see him get more active inside in the post and low block, and not just jack up threes and have to rely on the three ball. So I don't know, but yeah, I think it's a good spot for him matchup wise. There's risk because it's a new guy and a new team, and we have no idea how he's going to look in a real game situation. So you're rolling the dice on that one. Mikal has looked really bad to start this preseason. We looked into it. His last preseason game, he went 0 of 10 from 3. And overall, the entire preseason, I think it was 4 or 5 games he played, I think he went 2 of 19, so he shot 10% from 3. So his three-point shooting struggles from last season look like they're carrying over to this season. If the Knicks really want to make a run here and go deep in the playoffs, they're going to need him and OG to hit their three-pointers because they're going to be open a lot on the wings this year with Brunson driving and garnering so much attention, and then Cat obviously. So yeah, if they can hit their threes at a high clip, I think they're going to be dangerous. If we look at the odds right now for the future odds for NBA champions, can you believe the Knicks are third in odds? It's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, they're loving Cat. They're loving Cat for some reason. I mean, Cat is the man. I've seen a lot of people today picking his over points, but it's probably just excitement for day one. It's probably better to just chill, like you said.
I don't. Maybe, I mean, not necessarily the Cat, but just like how deep they are defensively and the wings they have. If you have good wing and D guys, like that's really valuable in the NBA. So I don't know. They're putting a lot of faith in OG and Mikal, I think, too. But with that said, I think this spread we talked about it earlier. This spread at point plus 6.5 for the Knicks. I think it's interesting. I mean, I think they're not giving the Knicks enough credit for this game. They're giving them enough credit season future wise, but Vegas doesn't seem to think they're gonna hang with the Celtics opening night. I will say for gambler stats, people are into that kind of stuff. I looked, last 3 or 4 years, the reigning champions have won their opening game by more than 10 points, double digits. So I guess, that's something Vegas is incorporating as well. But there's no Porzingis, but I mean, the Celtics team is still legit, right? So I don't know. I might alt it. Maybe take it to like 8.5 plus 8.5 or 7.5. I feel pretty good about. If you want to take a stab at that, I think it's around minus 140 for that. Let's take a look. I think we can definitely do that. And if you wanted to parlay it with something,
the flip on the computer, looking dope.
Minus, okay, moved to minus 145. It was minus 140 at +7, so it kind of all shifted, juiced up. But the normal line is plus 6.5. I mean, you could even take it up if you wanted to parlay it, use it as a parlay piece, take it up to like 10.5 or 11.5, and then parlay it with something with a little bit better odds, and you get plus money. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm approaching this game. With the Knicks being such a new unit, I don't know. There's risk betting on anything. I feel like Knicks wise, and I already gave my piece on the Celtics. Man, I just can't. I do not like betting or choosing between those main guys. So, yeah, I think that's how I'm attacking this game.
Now,
what are you thinking, underrated?
I was gonna say, were you talking about because of the injuries tomorrow? Maybe parlaying that with who was it again?
Yeah. We can do that now. So Paul George and Embiid are out tomorrow.
Yeah,
and they're playing the Bucks. Now the Bucks, they won't have Middleton. Okay, so it's not like a slam dunk. I mean, I would feel 100% better if Middleton was playing. But I mean, I think Dame and Giannis can get it done. Let's look at the matchup here. I mean, we're gonna have Philly. It's gonna be Maxey. Oops. Okay, this is not right. It's gonna be. This is from last year. Look at the depth charts. It's gonna be Maxey, Eric Gordon, Caleb Martin, and Drummond, and Oubre. So I don't know, man. I think Dame and Giannis can get that done. So if you want to take the Bucks to cover the spread or the money line, I like that. Another one, I haven't looked all through all the matchups, but for another parlay piece, if you wanted to, Kawhi is out for the Clippers, so Clippers are going to be really thin. And they play the Suns, who are at full strength. So yeah, you're gonna have Harden, Terrence Mann, Derrick Jones Jr., and either Batum and PJ Tucker they probably split minutes and between the two at the 4, and then you're gonna have good old Zubac. So man, that team's gonna struggle to score. For sure. And then the Suns, they added Tyus Jones because they really needed a true point guard and not rely on Beal or Booker. So that should help open up scoring for both of them. Yeah, I like the Suns as well as a parlay piece. So maybe I might split it in the units and just do the point spread for the Knicks and pair it with either the Clippers or Milwaukee.
That sounds good for just a little opening day action. Having a little side to cheer for.
Yeah, man, Sixers, man, Maxey, he's going to have a lot on his back. Speaking of that, with Maxey, with Embiid, so Embiid's out for injury management. He already announced that he's going to sit on back-to-backs because obviously by the end of the season every year, he's completely gassed and either injured or can't go anymore. So he really wants to limit his regular season run. So he already announced that Paul George is dealing with a knee injury already and is going to sit out first game. So Maxey's going to have to do a lot this year. And, Tobias is gone. And, they got rid of Buddy Hield after they added him. So there's really no other scorers besides, Oubre and then Paul George when he plays. So Maxey's going to have to do a ton. Maxey averaged about 25.9 points last year. If you have a NBA season promo, I like his points at 25 flat. Some books have it at like 25.5, 24, 25.2. So you're getting a little bit of value. I think that's too low for a team that is going to rely on him so much with the injury management load on Embiid. And I doubt Paul George plays a ton of games. It sounds like they might limit him at the start of the season as well. And he, at his older age, he'll probably sit on some back-to-backs as well. So I'm recommending that as a NBA season for the promo. I think some people got the free lineup for the NBA season. But back to that, not much I like prop wise from the Celtics Knicks? Unless you got anything underrated. I mean, like I said, I think Cat. His rebounds are so high, but he was rebounding a lot. But I mean, they have guys that can rebound. We know Josh Hart can rebound his ass off when he wants to. So
Right. The only one that sounds kind of fun was when you were joking about Bridges and thinking about his unders, but I'm not sure if those lines are going to allow us any value.
Well, I think his points opened at, I want to say, it for sure was 14.5 and went down to 14 flat. It might have even opened at 15.5 and it's gone down even more since. But yeah, it's down to 14 flat now. Yeah, you just gotta hope he doesn't make his threes today for whatever reason. But he's not. Last year he had his career low in 3-point percentage. So yeah, I think if he keeps shooting that way, definitely see the under. And you got Brunson and Cat are gonna eat up so much of the usage. So
Ren's here.
Yeah.
He said the GOAT is back. The GOAT is back.
I'm man, I miss the NBA. Yeah, go for it. I mean, if anything, I would even do his PR. I mean, I would just do his PRA because I mean, he has to compete so much with guys that eat up RA, Brunson, Hart, and then Cat as well. So yeah, I mean, I don't see him getting much done in the RA department, but never know. Ball could bounce his way a few times for rebounds and get us some steal assist on fast breaks. But yeah, what's his let's see if there's any value in his PRA. What's in the books? I doubt it.
I see 21.5 on Underdog too. And Ren says, are we going under on Alex Starr as a community?
For his season long?
I don't know. Not? I guess so.
Okay, yeah, it's almost even money line. Some places there's even a little bit of juice on the over Caesar. It's really low. It's really low at 21.5.
Poor Alex Starr.
Okay.
Lorenzo Robinson says Alex Starr is hot garbage.
He is. He's another NBL legend. He's a really good shot blocker. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't see both him and OG going over unless like Brunson has a completely bad game and is just passing it off to outside wing shooters and not shooting. But yeah, Brunson's gonna have a hard time with Drew on him, but he can still get it done. So I'll just leave him alone. I think we're gonna see a lot of 3-point shooting tonight. In that game, it should be back and forth. Both teams putting up threes, and it's just a matter of can the Knicks match the Celtics if the Celtics catch fire from three, which is what we saw all season last year when Celtics played teams. You just got to match their three wall. Yeah. So next game, there's some maybe spots here we can target. Should be a good game as well. T-Wolves at Lakers. It's almost a pick-up game, which makes sense. T-Wolves are -1 favorites. And we got a new squad here, right? So we got good old Julius joining the team on T-Wolves. Slow-Mo's gone. Went to the Warriors, which I really dislike. And who else? And that's about it. I mean, they added Ingles, and Dante was in that trade. So Dante, run the second unit. Conley being at his age, I could see him, Conley and Dante pretty much splitting the minutes evenly between the two. Yeah, so Julius is interesting, right? So he had off-season surgery on his shoulder. He only played one preseason game. I couldn't find much information on is it because they conditioning because he has been out for so long, or is it they're just gonna load manage him like to start the season? It kind of has me nervous because like, what kind of minutes should we expect here? Is it gonna be like low 30s, or is he gonna play his normal, 36, 38 minutes here? when he does play, and they just like maybe rest him on some games like the back-to-backs. So here's the game he played, the only preseason game he played. Looks like normal Julius lines, right? Except he didn't take a three, which is kind of interesting. He had 15 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. I will say that Julius is a much better passer than Cat, and Finch has actually acknowledged this. I read some pieces on it, and he's like, that was one thing they were really excited to get Randall was one, the physicality that he brings that Cat couldn't offer, and then two, the passing. And Randall said something he's like really wants to focus on going forward. He said, "I'm not a scorer. I'm a playmaker, set up the offense, and help the team score." So I think I could really see him, which we saw in this preseason game. I watched some of it. Like he really looked to set up Ant a lot. So I when they play together, I would not be surprised if the ball runs to Randall at the high post, and then he's looking to set up Ant on catch and shoot threes. Because actually, Ant is most effective on catch and shoot. He shoots about 44% from three on catch and shoot threes, while when he dribbles it up, it's like 4% lower, 4 to 5% less. So I think Chris Finch really wants Ant to work more off the ball on a lot of the offensive sets. So, man, that Randall 4.5 assists plus money in the books is really tempting. But there's risk because we haven't seen this offense at all, really. One preseason game, so we don't even really have preseason to work off of. So it's a high risk, high reward. I think the books, I don't know, they might be just totally off on this. So if you want to take a stab, like a low unit, just get some plus money value, I wouldn't hate it. On PrizePicks, it's 4 flat. I think that has a good chance of pushing at the least. But I think better value would just be to get the plus money on in the books if you can get it. Like on Flip, it's -1 or +110 over 4.5. We can alt this. I altered it. You can alt it to 2.5 as a parlay piece. It's -500, or you can alt it to 3.5 at -200 as a parlay piece as well. I did that, and I paired it up for tonight with. I was going to pair it up with the Knicks +7.5, or I might take it at +8.5. Let's see. But this is like just to get some action on opening night. But yeah, it's not like I think the Knicks is like a slam dunk play. It's just some type of way to get action on that game. Yeah, I think Randall. So I mean, his fantasy is really low, but I think that's just because we don't know the minutes, man, and that's the only thing that scares me. Because if he plays 35 minutes, he's going to crush his fantasy. Now, I know it's a different team, but last year he averaged about 1.17 fantasy points per minute. So if we project him even for like conservative, 32 minutes, that puts him well above that fantasy line. It puts him at around 37 fantasy. Now, like I said, we put him up to 35, 36 on a normal. If he gets a normal run, then yeah, he crushes that fantasy at 38. I think his PRA is at 30.5. So I would just take the fantasy because you get with the assists. Say he gets 3 or 4 assists, that's 1.5 per assist. So I think it makes more sense to take the fantasy, and if he gets a couple steals on AD or a block, yeah. But it's hard to translate a fantasy point per minute average from a season where you're on a different team to a new team, and then not knowing the minutes. So there's definitely risk to it. It's a high risk, high reward play. But I think that there's only edge in that because all these other lines, we know all these players. We know the Lakers, same unit. The lines are, they're super tight. They're going to be right where they should be. But, books have a hard time with guys that they just don't know how to set because they're a new team, new role. But as on the other side, we're also taking the risk too, taking them. So I'm probably just, low unit would take his fantasy or his assist. The rebounds are the RA I was thinking about, but Gobert, knowing how much he's just going to eat on the glass, I don't want to compete with that. So I would just take maybe the assist and just, at worst it could push. But just from what I read and saw in preseason, it sounds like he's gonna look to be a playmaker more so than a black hole toe jab, 3-point shot Julius Randle that we are accustomed to, right? He just does that jab, 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 and then jack up. So yeah, I'm thinking just to maybe, before books catch on, get this assist line while it's pretty low. Last year, he averaged 5 assists on the dot. So, and it's the Lakers. He has some motivation here, being back in LA. Where it all started for him. He likes these games, right? So
Makes sense.
Yeah, but it's a new team.
Right.
It's gonna take it takes time for these guys to gel, man. It takes time. I mean, they can scrim all they want, but like it just takes real game time to really start to form that chemistry. So, but it's a low line. And then I mean, like guys like Dante, like I don't see Conley playing that many minutes, especially as the season goes on. I think you could take a stab at some of his lines while they're still low, but he's a bench. Just keep in mind he's coming off the bench still. And maybe Conley, since it's opening night, maybe he plays a little more minutes than normal because it's opening night. So yeah, I don't know, but I mean the Lakers. This is the same Lakers unit. We know this defense. Yeah, it's a new coach with Redick, but still it's the same defense. Like they give it up on the perimeter. They give up the 3-ball. They give up assists because of that. Yeah, and they give up points in transition. So guys like Dante thrive on that if his 3-ball's falling. So if his 3's falling, he should cover his points and definitely his PRA. So if you want to take a stab on that as well, and Ant, we know this matchup for him. I mean, he should feast tonight. AR-15 cannot cover him. D'Lo cannot cover him. And then whenever LeBron switch on to him, try to keep up with them. But at his age, to keep up with that the young Ant, it's gonna be tough. I mean, Ant should be able to do what he wants at ease. It's just his lines are high. And
Lorenzo Robinson says, "Could we see Ant dropping 40? What do you think about 40?"
I mean, if his 3-ball's falling, he definitely could.
Yeah,
this is a great matchup for him, man. I mean that perimeter defense is bad, and then when you have guys like D'Lo sub out, you got Gabe Vincent checking in. So yeah, good luck with that. And then yeah, you have Max Christie and probably checking in for Reeves and Reddish. Yeah, great matchup for Ant. It's just you're paying a tax, man. You just got to think, does he show up on prime time opening night? I'd probably say yeah. He probably does. I typically don't play Ant because how high his lines are and how streaky he can be, especially from 3. But like I said, maybe Julius being a better passer than Cat and setting up the offense, it makes it a little bit easier for Ant here. So because Cat, yeah, towards the end of the season, Chris Finch was saying it was just like the offense became so stagnant because of Cat, just standing at the 3-point line, just trying to take 30s, not setting up others with the playmaking. Yeah, I like the Minnesota side a lot because we know the Lakers defense. We know how they operate. So, but yeah, the Lakers side, same old story, right? I mean, we know what to expect here. I think defensively, Minnesota is probably a little bit better with Julius. I mean, Cat, I don't know. Like I said, he can be soft against physical big. So I think Julius definitely helps out down in the paint. Yeah, but man, the lines are so high. But you get a fresh LeBron, old LeBron, before the season starts to wear and tear on him. So, he definitely shoots the 3-ball better at home. I don't think we have a 3-point prop for him, but in the books, maybe take it. He shoots a lot better at home. And at his age, that's all he's looking to do, man, is just shoot 3s. Oh, we do. Demon 2.5. Okay, so then you probably get 1.5 in the books somewhere else.
Yeah, I saw someone talking about 1.5 today. So.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. If you want that, and then always like LeBron's assists too. But 8, yeah, feels pushy. His fantasy's really high, really high.
7.5 assists on books.
I'm sure we can even alter it.
What do you think about his scoring today? I know you were talking threes, but what about just straight points? Or you'd rather do more than one prop, PRA style, RA style, something. But yeah, they're juiced as fuck. So
why? So what is going on here? So he's at 23.5 points on Fliff at a very reasonable -135. Because Fliff usually over tap.
Fliff's given a nice discount. Yeah, I'm looking on other books here. It's 24.5. So Fliff has a discount there. They also had that free little thing, little $10 freebie thing. I don't know if you saw that.
Wait, but then why is he 25 flat on PrizePicks?
Because he's 24.5, -120, -129, -130 on other stuff, on other books. So Fliff is just giving us value. If you like LeBron, Fliff's the spot.
Yeah. And then if you even if you alter, let's see, if you take him to like 21.5, oh, they don't even have that. But 19.5 -320, that's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, he does have a tough matchup against Ant, right? But he won't see him the entire time.
Does Fliff let us alt PRAs?
That's a good question. Let's take a look.
I wonder. I'd guess no, because it sounds too easy, or it sounds easier. Let's see.
That's right. He only played him twice last year. Yeah. Good games against Ant. $29-26 points.
Oh,
I think
they do let you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. But they let you alt PRAs. That's cool.
Okay. I'm pretty sure LeBron balls out in the first games too. When I was looking at it, I think like taking the first games from past season can matter for some of these old vets to look into it, because some guys you can definitely see a trend with them. So 2023. Modest game, 21 points against Nuggets. Maybe it was 2 years ago when he played the Warriors. I remember when the Warriors were coming off that championship. That was a good game. 31. No. Yeah, 31. Yeah, that was opening day. 31. 15 rebounds. You tell he has fresh legs then, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to point out before we do some other stuff and head out, I looked into the data because I was kind of like, okay, I was looking at these guys scoring in the first week. I was like, what's going on in the first week? Are they scoring more because new teams, new defenses trying to figure out defensive schemes or players fresh? So it's actually not the case. So like over the last 3 years on opening week, so that's every team's first game, right? So every team plays the first 3 days, their first game across the first 3 days of the season. You're scoring exactly like 110 each season, each opening week for like the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. But then if you look at the season average, all the teams across the entire season, it ranges for over the last 3 years, ranges between 114 and 115. So they're definitely scoring less that opening week and first games across all the teams. So, which I get the other side, right? These guys could be rusty, or new teams trying to gel, form chemistry. So a lot of those factors, right? So yeah, something to keep in mind. They're scoring significantly less first week.
Kevin's here. He says, "What's up, bro?" This Alarocked.
Yo.
I call him Alarocked, but that's Kevin. And Ren says, "Do we think AD is going off?" Think about AD.
You could for sure. How do you look in the preseason? I didn't even look at him. I think he did his thing. I remember from what I saw. Dropped 30. Wait, what in the? He played 34 minutes and he went to overtime against the Suns. Redick, what are you doing, bro? That's not smart. This guy's made of glass, man.
Redick's gonna learn.
Oh man,
Redick is gonna learn.
yeah. I mean, I'm never scared of Gobert, man. I think he's one of the most overrated defenders, and talk about soft. Yeah. So, yeah, AD can always do his thing for sure. Let's just quickly look at his history against Gobert. I'll tell you one player that likes playing Gobert is Jokic. Always play Jokic when he plays Gobert. Dude annihilates him.
Why? He hates him?
I don't know, man. He just does. Maybe it's like a Serbia versus French thing. I don't know, man. Okay, so last time he played. Okay, so he played the first 2 games against him. 31 and 33 points early in the season against Gobert. But I think one of these games LeBron didn't play, for sure. I think it was a 12-21. Nope. Wasn't that one. It was this one. Okay. He still dropped consistent 30 plus, even with LeBron playing, and LeBron dropping 26. Man, I want to go under D'Lo so bad too.
Base the Wolf is here. He says, "What's up, fam? Long time no see."
Yo, what's up, man? Yeah. I mean, it's LeBron and AD, right? It makes sense if you try to get some action, man. But there's no edge or value, so it's kind of like you're playing it to cheer to watch, man. I don't know. I personally won't do it, but like totally get it, dude. Like one of them should have a game at home. Big competition. Like these two teams, top 5 teams in the West. Speaking of that, let's do our futures here, Unrated.
Celtics.
Let's do a little game here. We're gonna have a little game.
What's
Whoever
the game?
gets the most right wins at the end of the season, and they get a new. We'll figure out the prize. Okay,
All right.
We'll start off with MVP. What you got, Unrated?
Ooh.
I can pull up the odds.
Yeah, let me see real quick, just to give me some ideas.
You got your usual.
Yeah.
And Jokic.
No, not Jokic. No, not Luka. I kind of want to go Giannis, but he'll probably flounder out at the end. I'll go.
Chat, you can play along too. Whoever's in chat, throw out what you got.
Throw out their MVP, who they think's going to be MVP. Nice. I think I'm gonna go SGA just for fun.
Oh, you still
I took yours.
It's fine. Let's go there. I took him last year. He kind of had a down season in terms of scoring wise for himself, but as a team player, he actually played really well. And just Jokic, yeah, it's always gonna be there to steal the show and the MVP. But I just got a feeling this is his year, man. I think, and I'll go on this. I think I'm gonna take OKC.
Wow,
I really like their.
nice.
I think this is their time, man. I think if Caruso can stay healthy, and the team in general, like any team, but like specifically guys that are vulnerable to get injured, like Caruso and Hartenstein, I think this could be it, man. That this defense is stacked. I mean, on the perimeter with Dort, Jalen, Caruso, and SGA is a solid defender, and you have guys like Wallace off the bench who's a solid defender. It's gonna be really hard to score on them. They're already seasoned. They got the experience under their belt from the playoffs. And I think they're built to go deep and have a good seeding from regular season play. So I'm going to tie that with SGA MVP and go SGA MVP, and then
All right.
OKC winning it. The West it's up for grabs, man. There's no lock here.
Lorenzo Robinson says Ant is his MVP.
I can see that too. It was a close call between the two, but yeah, I can definitely see that.
So we're not doing any Ant under first half points this year, huh?
Probably not. What am I looking for?
You're looking for the spreadsheet?
Okay, so what you got? Who you got?
I got Celtics, bro. I'm going extra chalk. I'm not playing around with you. I'm trying to win.
Oh shit!
Trying to win. Your screen failed us.
I hit a button and it took me to stand by. Okay. Celtics. All right. Who you got for this one's kind of I don't know, not the greatest. Rookie of the year.
I don't see your screen anymore for some reason. Let's see. Yeah, your screen left us.
I got it. I got you.
Okay, cool.
All right, what you got?
Edie.
Yeah, that's
All the chalk, huh? All the chalk. Just write chalk on top.
I mean, you kind of got to go chalk on Edie here. There's one because there's not much talent, and the other two is like not all these other guys are going to be playing off the bench, minimal, like a small role, minimal minutes.
Right.
So let's look at rookie year odds. It's Edie's like clear favorite here. I mean, Shepard's going to be come off the bench, and we know how Udoka he's like long run, and he's going to have to compete with so many shooters on the team, like Whitmore and all those other guys. So I just don't think he gets enough minutes to get there. And then, all these other guys are going to be bench guys. They're all bench pieces. So maybe Castle can make a run if he plays well. And the Spurs have a losing record again, and they just want to develop him. Maybe, I don't know if anyone in chat has any other ideas outside of Edie, but I think you got to go chalk here.
So basically, it's just Celtics against.
Well, no, we got. I forgot one. We got DPY and most improved. I'll bring those odds up.
Oh boy, see, you didn't give me a second.
And we're done.
Okay, let's see. What shot can I pick here?
Or do most improved or defensive first? Which I defensive.
That's easy. Look at that one. They already know who's going to be it. Wow. Might as well just write him in. Oh, Wembo.
Yeah.
Wow, that's easy. Sean Marino, he said, damn, the GOAT's back. What's up, Sean?
Here we go.
And Lorenzo Robinson says, Reed might be dangerous even with his role off the bench.
I like him. I like him a lot. But yeah, it's just the way Udoka leans on the starters. I just don't know how he's going to get enough. And Edie should start, right? And then play an important role in that team.
Yeah. Circumstance.
All right, so Wemby, you're
gonna try to be different, aren't you?
I'm gonna go off the rails here a little bit. I'm gonna say there's a good chance he could get injured. So I'm gonna go with Bam.
Are the rumors true about Bam in Asia? That's the question.
That I'm unsure of.
Me too. We got to figure that out.
Okay. All right. What do we got here? We got most improved.
Okay. This one might be interesting. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how Wemby can improve anymore. I mean, he had a phenomenal rookie season.
Right. Not Giddy.
Hey, man, he's got a new role. We'll talk about him in the next stream for the 10 games.
You want Kuminga, I bet. I kind of like
Hey,
Jalen Williams.
That's not a bad bet, man. He's got the new Cisco hair, like new. This is a contract year for him. Like this is make or break for him. Man.
Plays out of the way.
He's either or not.
Paul's out of the way. They're gonna have to go to him, huh? Gonna have to rely on him.
Yep, they are.
That'll be cool. I like Kuminga. I like Jalen Williams too. What about Mobley? I kind of like Mobley.
If he can stay healthy, yeah.
Jalen Johnson had a great year last year.
I think that's where I'm going, man. I think with DeJounte gone, I think it opens up his role even more so as a do-it-all Swiss Army knife for the team. Huge minutes ahead of him. I think that's where I'm going. He's looked really good in the preseason. Really good.
Makes sense. You're going Jalen Johnson. I'm going Jalen Williams. Some Jalen's.
All right. And
Wemby shouldn't even count. That's weird.
And 6 man of the year, and we're done.
Okay, 6 man. Let's see. I'm glad you give me the list. That makes it easy.
And save this for us. And then chat if you got anything. Ant, that's right. You said Ant Lorenzen.
Chat's over there putting all their money in today, betting everything. Day one.
On futures?
On everything. They're just excited about NBA, I think.
I forgot who won it last year. Was it Nas or Monk?
I hope not Monk. I don't know. I'm surprised Monk is up there like that. Wow.
Because he plays such big minutes too, man. Like almost starter minutes off the bench.
LeVert is in the contest? In the conversation? Okay. CJ? Heck no. Nas Reed is pretty damn improved from poop to good. He was last year. This is a hard one. I'll go first because I don't want to steal your ideas. Let's see.
You want me to go?
Can you scroll down? Let's see. Is there any more fun guys?
Bobby
Portis. Westbrook. Yeah, right.
Malcolm Brogdon gonna be starting though. Why wouldn't he start? He's on the Wizards. Like, why would he be 6 man?
Wolf said
unless
most improved.
Unless you're trying to develop guys. I don't know.
Yeah. They're just so bad they don't care. Is Nas Reed going to do it again? I know he's a little injured already, but...
I mean, he's still going to play a big role, and he's for sure still going to come off the bench with Julius there and Gobert start with Julius and Gobert in the front court.
I'll ride with Nas. Fuck it. It's fun. I like
All right. Well, if you do that, ride with him tonight too, right?
Yeah.
Ride it hard.
Whoa. Hey. Okay.
I saw they had first half points at 5.5. He plays his most minutes in the first half. Unless the T-Wolves are trailing a lot in the second half, then they kind of get away from Gobert and bring in Nas for his shooting and scoring. But they need Gobert against AD. So if you're going to take anything, I would take his first half for that reason, because he probably gets his most minutes in that second quarter stint.
My only pause on Nas. My only pause on Nas is I swear people were saying he was injured today somewhere. I saw when I woke up, I think. Is that?
Oh, they bumped it to 6. Never mind. Well, you can't. What's his PRA? 8.5. You could consider it maybe. I don't know.
They bumped Bridges' points got bumped up. 14.5 now. Might be interesting under for fun because we do got to play. What's the free play? Little PrizePicks. Is it Ant 0.5? So we at least got to put 1-2 pick in, at least for me. Maybe Bridges.
It's I would say like something Julius, but it's the same team.
Yeah.
So yeah, do
Bridges under.
Let's do Bridges under.
Why not?
So you're going now, and I'm going. Yeah. I'm on the fence. Why is CJ on here? I know they got DeJounte, but he should start alongside DeJounte. Like that makes no sense.
The odds are completely different from site to site. Looks like from that. It's crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Well, I guess everyone's
I'm
on
gonna,
Monk. Shoot, Monk.
I'm gonna go off the rail here. I'm gonna go Buddy Hield. I think if his 3-point shooting's on point this year, he's gonna really thrive on the Warriors and play a big role.
Yeah, perfect for him.
They need him. They need him off the bench.
He'll try, unlike Clay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That sucks that a lot of the guys we like on T-Wolves did not pair with this. So yeah, I guess we do the.
Bridges didn't bump on PrizePicks, only on Underdog. I'm seeing now. Underdog bumped to 14.5, not PrizePicks. But maybe we wait a little bit; it'll bump up.
You could just take the fantasy under.
I want to cheer. I honestly want to cheer for him to break extra, and just the fantasy is one thing, but you know how he can get those steals and play hard. I'd rather just cheer for his breaks.
Okay. What? I didn't look in the combos here. No, nothing interesting.
But tomorrow is the day with the 10 games, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, 10 games, man, and there's a lot of guys out, so it's gonna make it hard in the books to project things. So we're gonna do our due diligence here and try to make the right projections. So yeah.
Today's just a say hi day. Make sure the equipment works, and we'll get to a new live stream maybe tonight and really go over some deep dive of 10 games.
For sure. Looking forward to it, man. Should be a good season. I think it's gonna be an interesting season. Like I said, it's completely open in the Western Conference. Eastern Conference is pretty top heavy, but it should be an interesting year in the Western Conference again. Each game in the Western Conference games should be competitive for sure. Like the one we're gonna see tonight in the T-Wolves Lakers. I think that's it. I think I'm gonna do some, like I said, the flip plays. Not so much the props tonight. Maybe just the Ant discount with something. But I'm gonna take advantage of for the there's any more juice on like the Bucks money line and the Suns. Wow, the Suns went up to minus 210. They were minus 180 when that news dropped. Because it was Kawhi was like not for sure out. There was a chance he could play, but then he was ruled out earlier today. Probably mix and match this. Yep.
I do like the Knicks. Just have a feeling today, and there's not much to bet on, so I'll probably just bet the Knicks small, and we'll find a bunch of stuff tonight. Yeah.
I think looking into like alted assist lines are good on Flip as parlay pieces. If you like, say you like a prop that's around minus 130 to minus 150, and you just kind of want to get it near plus money, I think alting a guy's assist down that you like to like a minus 400, minus 600 is a good strategy on a Flip that you can't do on other sites. So I wish we still had the unders on the juiced alted lines, right? Like under 10.5, like LeBron or something like that. But
our odds jam friend ruined it for us.
Yeah.
Hey, Lorenzo says Fliff has that 1 point LeBron boost. If you want to click on boost and grab yourself $10, whoever's watching, it's free. You know how they do the little free $10 little thingy thing? So I think that's somewhere down there. You go at the bottom. Yep.
There you go. And get this in too.
Bro, no. That's probably going to miss.
Wait, you can get the under 1.5 here.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm on it. Under 1.5 points. That's better than Brianna, what was her name? Turner. Brianna Turner. It's better than Brianna Turner right there.
But if it's a blowout, man, he's going to come in for a shot.
Oh, God.
He probably still won't make it, though, in the last
Look at his
3
face.
minutes.
Is he usually that smiley? I don't really know him.
No. He's usually... No. Nope.
Poor guy. That's so much
And-
pressure.
This is inaccurate. Cat does not look that mean.
Yeah. It's funny.
But yeah, I think yeah, going forward, like when we have the streams, like get some more flip action. I know it's, a lot of people like it that don't have access to books in whatever state you live in, but flip is everywhere. So we're gonna try to do more flip parlays each day. Our favorite, maybe like our favorite, like 2 or 3 pick parlay.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So yeah, because man, you know how it is dealing with PrizePicks and Underdog.
Mm-hmm.
There's no edge there usually, except for the fantasy. Once we get more data collected, I think that's where our edge is going to be.
We'll find some flip tricks and some fantasy points.
Yeah, I think sticking with fantasy on PrizePicks, because books don't have fantasy, right? So like that's the only edge I really find on PrizePicks and Underdog is the fantasy. Because if you can project the minutes right, you can find a little edge over them. So, and then when guys are in or out, and you can look at like how that changes their fantasy point per minute, their usage, whatnot. That's where you get the edge, more so.
And sometimes first half stuff, right?
Yeah, sometimes first half stuff. Yeah, on guys' rolls, or if you're worried about a blowout. But you like a guy in this matchup, yeah, just you can deal with the first half for sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back either tonight or tomorrow. Have to figure it out.
Yes, sir. All right, we're out of here.
It's good seeing everyone. Yeah, let's get the bag this season, man. It should be good. And unders on Sabonis for the win, right? Underrated.
Yes, sir. Wherever Big Two's at, we're going to be doing that all year. It's going to be awesome.
Under fourth quarter points.
Under fourth quarter, under second half, all kinds
Rick
of stuff.
Smith's 2.0.
Yes, we'll still find the value, regardless how shitty PrizePicks is. We'll still find them, still beat them. So it'll be fun.
All right, guys. Later.
Peace.